Coach, first of all, welcome to Liberty. I guess let's start with this for you. You came from a very successful program. Western Michigan, you were doing things, 2 MAC titles in your 4 years there. I'm sure you weren't looking to leave for just any job. What was it about Liberty that brought you here to Lynchburg?
You know, I think first, it's a special place. You know, just the reputation around the country. It's a place that's growing and really supports its athletic teams, and gives coaches a lot of tools to be successful. Then when I came here and visited, I mean, it's a beautiful place. The resources and the facilities, I think, allow it to not only do really well on the field, but really support the students off the field. So it's just a very exciting place to be at this time.
And normally when a new coach comes in, typically you're taking over a program that struggled, right? Maybe a coach has been dismissed because there have been some down years. Different in this situation. Your program here at Liberty has now made the NCAA tournament 2 of the last 3 years. With it being that way, coming into a winning program, how does that make the transition maybe a little different than it normally would be?
Sure, yeah, I do think a lot of times you have to take a program and sort of rebuild it. That's not the situation here. I think that's exciting, and I think it's a place where a lot of great players, great kids on the team, and I think there's still so much room too for this thing to grow, and I think that's what's most exciting about this whole situation is, it's a great team and a great school, and they have the potential to really be a top 25 program.
What does the first, I know you've only been here a few weeks, what does that look like, and what does the first month or month and a half look like? What are you trying to accomplish in these early stages of taking over?
I think the first thing, like we just mentioned, is creating those relationships with the team. It's getting the recruiting landscape organized, figuring out what were some of the players originally coming. Are they still going to come? And also doing your own recruiting and making sure that you have a good grasp on what is the talent that is still available in the upcoming classes. Putting together a coaching staff, I think, is an important one that I've been working a lot on over the last couple of weeks. And then obviously there's some of the personal things about moving and things like that. But I think it's exciting to kind of start going with a new team and a new culture, and everything's new and fresh, and it's going to be a great experience. What
kind of style of play should we expect to see from your team when ideally when you get the players you want that fit your system? What does that look like?
I was an attacking player, so I think ultimately I want to be an attacking team. I want a team that they want to keep the ball. We're going to be a possession-oriented team, but we're going to get players in the attack. We're going to get a lot of numbers forward. Defensively, I want to be a pressing team. I want to be a team that makes other teams uncomfortable. I don't want to sit back. I want to be a team that scores lots of goals, and that's that's kind of the ultimate goal is we build this. Not only for next year, but for 2, 3, 4 years down the road.
I guess this is your second college coaching stint as the head coach. Mm-hmm. What was maybe the most important lesson you learned in that first job that you feel like you'll really be able to implement, or now you're just a little bit more aware of as you take over this position?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of just the lessons you learn about how to manage players as a head coach, and also as staff. I think as an assistant coach, you can say things that they'll take one way and they'll be a positive. You could say the same thing as a head coach and they won't take it the same way. And I think those are the things I had to learn is, not that you really had to change from an assistant, but you had to be a little more careful about, how you communicated, the way things were interpreted. And I think just building those relationships, I realized how important it was. It's tough to really ask anyone to do something really hard or difficult until they trust you, until they believe in you, until they believe they care about you. And I think that was one thing I learned as it went on, is that you have to build those relationships. And I think once you're able to genuinely do that, you can raise the level that you're pushing them.
Well, the fall feels like a long way off right now, but it'll be here before we know it. Good luck this year. Get settled in, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you a lot in the future.
Thank you. I appreciate it.